Here is an EO Alive Grande story.
Hey, Eastern Oregon, thank you for joining us today. I'm here today with Aaron Grigg. And Aaron, tell us who you are and about your services, if you would.
Thanks, Brent. I'm the mental health director for Union County, housed at the Center for Human Development. My responsibility is over mental health services, substance use disorder treatment, developmental disability services, and the veteran service officer for Union County. So we have a wide array of services here at the Center for Human Development to address behavioral health and substance use needs. We also actually house the public health department for the county. We also have women, infant, and children, which people usually refer to as WIC. We also have home visiting nurses, and we also have the environmental services that do the health inspections for restaurants in town. So we have a lot of services here in our building, and we're constantly working for healthy communities in Union County.
Well, thank you for doing so. Appreciate it. So in this, the reason we're talking today is clearly because of the current climate with COVID-19. Kind of tell me how that has impacted what you guys do and how you are pivoting in order to meet those needs.
Sure. Yeah. One of our huge concerns is continuing to ensure the health of the community, both mentally, emotionally, even physically. So in this current climate, when we're trying to ensure social distancing, you can imagine that's quite a challenge. But what we've done with the technology that we have is we offer video conferencing services for most of our services. So we have a platform, it's called Mend. It's fairly similar to what people might be familiar like FaceTime, Skype, or Zoom. However, this platform is HIPAA compliant, so it's got encrypted security to ensure confidentiality between the provider and the client. This way we can provide services right to people's own homes. We can do the counseling, we can do the prescribing, any case management needs, any of our services around behavioral health and substance use treatment can be provided virtually through this platform. However, we understand that some people may not have the technology. They may not have a smartphone or a tablet or even a laptop or the internet needed for this service. And so we also are able to provide those same services via telephone. The state has been really good at freeing up any of the statutes regarding these types of services and is allowing us to provide the services, both video conferencing and telephone. Even though our front door might be shut, we are open for service, and we've got most of our staff are working from home and are providing those services remotely. Anybody can call our office and can get connected with their counselor. Or if you're not currently seeing anybody and you're feeling the effects of isolation and you really need to speak with a counselor, anybody can call up our office and get connected with a counselor and get connected with all the services we have available.
That's awesome. Now, what is the cost associated with something like that? And because that's certainly going to be something that comes to somebody's mind right off.
Absolutely. So most of our services are really geared towards those that are on the Oregon Health Plan. So for those that have Oregon Health Plan in this part of the state, often it's referred to as EOCCO, Oregon Health Plan. These services are free. They're part of their benefits. We also provide services to some who are on Medicare as well. For those that have commercial insurance, we'll screen them and decide where they best fit receiving those services. If it's better on their insurance for us to refer them out to a private practitioner, we'll do that. If it's a better fit for us to see them here, we'll get them in for services. So for the most part, we can see just about anybody. If for some reason we're not set up to be able to see somebody on, for their payer that they have, we'll refer them out and get them to the appropriate services.
So the bottom line is that you can kind of act as a clearinghouse. So if someone does have some kind of a problem or an issue, or they're in need, they can contact you and you guys can find help for them, whether that be within your system or recommending them out to something else.
Absolutely. We want everybody to be able to get good care, especially when it comes to their mental health. And so we're going to get them to the right place for them to get that care.
Excellent. Excellent. So talk a little bit about, for those people that maybe are used to communicating in person, or they're in a counseling session and they're not really used to the whole FaceTime type thing. What has your experience been with those people, and how have they transitioned?
It's really interesting, Brent, because that's actually often the first reaction, especially for those that don't have as much experience with technology. And we understand that this platform may not work for everybody. However, we are in extreme circumstances right now, so it's kind of forcing people to get out of their comfort zone. Years ago, when I learned about doing these types of services through technology, I was a little apprehensive myself. The first time I participated, I saw how easy it was, and that the technology makes it possible that you can still have the free back and forth when you're trying to communicate with somebody. So it was a good experience for me. What we're finding is that when people that are apprehensive have an appointment with a counselor for the first time over video conferencing, they're actually pleasantly surprised at how comfortable it is. And people tend to take to it much better than they thought they would have otherwise. We do see younger generations that take to it very quickly. However, we're actually seeing that there's many in older generations that actually do prefer this. It allows them to get their services without even leaving their own home. And for many people, if you look at the weather today, we all woke up to a snowstorm. We actually have been advertising this for the last year as an option for those to get services if they do get shut in for weather or sickness or whatever that may be. Now we're all shut in because we're trying to avoid human contact. However, this is a way that we can still have that contact. I'm sure a lot of people are now doing a lot of FaceTime, a lot of Skype with what's going on. And this is just another way to be able to use that technology to get your needs met and your services that you're looking for, especially around behavioral health.
That's awesome. I have a men's group that I've been communicating with for the last 10 years. And now we've kind of all moved to a weekly Zoom conference. And one of the guys is actually in South Africa. And so we kind of figure, but it's so interesting because within just a few minutes, you've totally forgotten about the electronics, and it's as though you're right in the same room with each other,
Yeah, it's a great technology. And I do want to emphasize that for a lot of the issues that we do treatment for, human contact and reaching out and getting support from others is really important. You mentioned groups, especially for those that are struggling with substance use. Being able to connect with others who have that shared experience is extremely important. So as you may be aware, and some people may be aware, there's the 12-step groups that are available for individuals that are struggling with substance use. And most of those have embraced this technology and are using it all over the world now. We are doing the same thing. Our group therapy that we have available for clients and for anybody needing that type of service is available through technology as well. We're doing video conferencing. We're doing phone conferencing. In fact, I talked to one clinician yesterday. She's got people coming in to their group through the video conferencing, And then she's got people on the phone as well,
Hmm.
just depending on who has what technology. And everybody seems to find it really helpful. Those participating are grateful that they still can connect
Yeah.
and continue their recovery.
Yeah, that's awesome. Because of this time, and I think you mentioned this a little bit, HIPAA, some of the HIPAA regulations have been reduced a little bit, and recently I have a loved one, he's an elderly gentleman, and he needed to see a physician in Boise. And so we arranged for that to happen over FaceTime. And I was really amazed to see how quickly he adapted, though, and how thorough that examination was. It was a specialist, and he had to ask some questions that he wouldn't have had to had he been in front of him as a patient. But still, he was able to. I mean, he had all of the records, all of the stuff with him, and it was very effective. And I was really interesting to see how that happened.
Yeah, we're seeing that a lot of individuals that you would have expected to not take to this are actually really embracing it. So we're trying to get the word out to everybody, regardless of what age group you're in, that this is a great platform to be able to get your services.
Great. All right. Well, thank you, Aaron. Tell us how, if people need to get a hold of you, how do they reach out to you?
Absolutely. The best thing to do is just call us at our main phone number at 541-962-8800. They'll be connected with one of our intake staff. If they're not currently receiving services, those intake workers will go through a number of different questions just to get them set up in our system. We've actually been given permission by the state to get verbal confirmation from people, so we don't have to get signatures. We'll still be sending out some of that paperwork to get signatures by mail, but we can at least get them started and people don't have to wait to get their services. Then they'll be connected with a counselor who will give them the option to connect via teleconferencing, which our platform is called Mend, or just do their services through telephone. So the important thing is to contact 541-962-8800.
Great. And then before we go, if there's somebody out there and they're fearful, which there's a lot of fear going on, some of it is founded, some of it is overblown. Do you have any kind of a message of hope or something that you would like to tag on to the end of this?
Absolutely. I mean, we all are experiencing some degree of fear right now. This is out of our control, for one. And the other part is that it's something most of us have never experienced before. So we're going to have some degree of fear. The hope that I want to convey is that there is help. There's help in healing. We have that available through telephone or by video conferencing. So give us a call, reach out. We'll try to connect you with the right services. We're not alone in this. Even though we're isolating, we're not alone. I talked to a gentleman the other day that he said he spent about 3 hours sitting on a sofa connecting with loved ones who he hadn't talked to in years. So we can also use this as an opportunity to connect with people that maybe we haven't connected with in a long time. And we actually have another resource I just wanted to mention real quick, Brent. There is a website that we have available for all people in Union County. It's called mystrength.com. People go there, they can set up kind of their own program around how to manage their mental health and their stress. There's tips in there for parents around parenting, because we all have our kids home now. Maybe we're not used to having them home all the time, so we need a little bit extra assistance. If you go on there, the access code is Union Community. So this is available to anybody in the county. Again, it's mystrength.com, and you use the access code Union Community. So there are other resources besides getting counseling. If you prefer kind of trying to do some stuff on your own, there's that website that can provide you some assistance as well. But give us a call. We'll see how we can help you out.
Excellent. Well, Aaron, thanks for taking a few minutes and talking to us today. And please let us know if there's any time that we can connect with you, and you can use this platform to get more information out. Thanks so much.
Absolutely. Thanks, Brent. Stay healthy.
All righty.